guys, welcome back. We're on day 7 of your yoga challenge. So something a little different today. We are going to do a full yin class. So we got a little taste of this earlier this week. We did kind of a half yin, half yang class. This is going to be fully yin. If you can, I would recommend doing this in the evenings. It's an amazing way to just relax before bed. But no worries, you can absolutely do this at any time of day. So today, if you have a block or a stack of books, grab that. Not required. I'm going to try to keep it pretty much with poses that don't need this. If you don't have a block, maybe grab a pillow or two off your couch, maybe like a little bit thicker of a cushion. And that's it. So we're going to get started seated for today. I'm going to come onto my block. So go ahead and shut the eyes down. I will kind of get us into a little bit of a meditation, some just thoughts for your practice today, nothing crazy. But go ahead and take a big breath out. Take a deep breath in. And then one more big exhale. And then from here, I want you to just let the breath be natural. So no real agenda or cadence to the breath. So with our yin practice, we try to relax the body, try for minimal effort. So that's what I want you to focus on with your breath today. Today is about releasing tension. So releasing tension to invite in relaxation. But also releasing all the other things that we're holding on to. So maybe it's fear. Maybe it's indecision. Maybe it's just plain old stress. Maybe it's being busy. So releasing fear. In doing so, we yield courage. In releasing resistance, you can flow around anything blocking your path, anything in your way. Kind of like that rushing river, just flowing around rocks, around bends, moving against the resistance. By releasing indecision, you can cultivate more certainty. And by releasing busyness, we encourage healing. We give ourselves time. Right? So before we begin our practice, just thinking about what you need to release today. What ways are you putting pressure on yourself? Where can that pressure be let go? Kind of like steam letting out from a kettle. So just release anything that you're holding on to as we ease into these poses today. Alright, so when you come to that thing that you want to release, let's seal it with another breath. So we'll take an inhale through the nose. And an exhale. Let it go. All right, from here, let's set my little book down. We are going to come on to, we're just going to stay on our seat here. So if you need to remove a block or whatever cushion you were sitting on. Okay, we're going to start with the legs out wide. So wide legged position. And from here, we're just going to fold forward. So as you fold forward, it doesn't really matter how far you go. If you are just leaning forward a couple inches, maybe just the hands are on the mat here, that is absolutely fine. You can come down to your forearms, or if you have the flexibility, all the way to the mat. You can always use your block, your pillow, your stack of whatever you grabbed to also come down here. Okay. So go ahead and find a comfortable folded position. You can round the spine. You can let the toes, the inner thighs fall a little inward here. And this is our first yen pose. Okay, and as you're here, you might find that tension starts to release through the inner thighs, the hips. You start to feel like you can come down a little bit further. With our yen practice, while we are holding poses, there's no rule that says you can't alter it or go deeper. However, keep in mind, we want to be kind of at the edge of our most intense posture. So we don't want to go all the way deeply into this stretch. We do that all the time in our vinyasa classes and our flow classes. We push the limits. Here we're kind of holding back from those limits. We're allowing the body to open up more slowly, to get more deeply into the muscle, into the fascia, the part of the muscle that wraps around and holds it all together. Right, that part of the muscle that interlaces, where you find those really tight knots. So we have about 10 more breaths here. Draw your attention to the legs, inner thighs. Notice what sensations that you feel. From here, that's it. Go ahead and lift back up. We're going to bring the legs out in front of us and bend the knees for just a moment. Turn this way. So lean back onto the hands and just windshield wiper those legs left to right. Okay. All right, and then from here, we're going to come into another variation of a forward fold. You're going to bring the left leg out, the right leg out to your side. Place the sole of the left foot inside of the right thigh. Okay. And then I'll turn back this way for you guys. There's going to be a lot of that for me today. Okay, from here, we're going to side bend. Option for your side bend. You can bring your block or a pillow down inside or even outside of your leg here. Or you can just use the leg to rest on. So either you're bringing the elbow kind of to your upper thigh or even your shin if you have that flexibility, or you're bringing your elbow to the block or pillow outside of your thigh. From here, we're going to rest our head in our right hand. You can leave the left arm down by the side. If you want to make this more intense, bring the left hand behind your head. Reach it towards your right hand and just let the arm kind of rest on the left side of your head. So you don't need to hold it up. Again, we want to find as much ease in the body. So we just let everything relax here. So your block, or if you're on your thigh, is supporting you. The hand is supporting you versus this being your active side bend. Okay. I'm going to leave my left arm down. So you should feel this obviously in the legs, but you're going to feel this in the kidneys. Crazy, right? That we're stretching our kidneys. Really, you're stretching your lower back on the bottom left side. So this is where your kidneys are. Kidneys are on either side of the spine right below your rib cage. And so not only in our yin practice do we stretch muscle, but we bring attention and awareness to different organs of the body. So focusing on the different lines in the body, these muscles, these channels that all flow into our different organs. So in this case, the kidneys. And then I like to close my eyes in most of my yin poses. Keeps me from wanting to look around. Helps me just kind of slow down a little bit more. Brings my attention inward rather than outward to all your surroundings. Just kind of pretend like they're not there. It's just you on your mat and me talking to you. lift back up. Come up slowly. So don't want to move too fast or you're going to, you might put too much pressure on your lower back there. And then we're going to bring both feet back out in front of us with the knees bent. Bring the hands behind you. This time, draw the elbows inward. Lift the chest. Lean the head back. And arch the spine a little bit. One more breath. Okay, and then exhale. Come back to center, and we have our left side. So the left leg extends out to your side. The sole of the right foot comes inside of the left thigh. Same thing, you can bring the elbow down to your thigh, or this side I'm a little more flexible, so I might be bringing my elbow to my shin, or you can use your block. Go outside this time. Okay, and then right hand can just relax down by your side, or you can bring the right hand behind your head and rest the arm on the right side of your head here. Maybe start here and pull back, or vice versa. Notice the difference in each side. So this side, I can come down a little bit more. I have a little bit more flexibility in my spine on this side. I think I've said this in class this past week, but you don't always have to do the same thing on each side. So we don't have symmetrical bodies, but we can use this practice to explore the differences in each side of the body, which I find very fascinating personally. So we're just learning about ourselves here. Bring your awareness to the back right side of your body, so right kidney, lower back area. If you have your arm up overhead, you are also stretching more through the right side rib cage, even into your armpit, triceps a little bit. If your wrist starts to hurt with your head laying in your hand, you can make a fist. Just rest your head on your fist. We're on our wrists a lot in yoga, so definitely want to protect that. Some of you have known me for a while and know my history with that, so we might do a wrist-free class. Let me know what you guys think. Not too much longer on this side. Go ahead and lift back up through center. Come up real slow. Bring those feet back out in front of you, knees bent. Bring the hands back. Ooh, something sharp on my mat. Draw the elbows together. Lift the chest up, arch the spine, maybe lean the head back. Good, exhale, release that. And from here, we're gonna come on to our bellies. Okay. So come on down onto your belly, your forearms. We're gonna take a Sphinx pose. So we wanna make 11s with the arms. Your arms are parallel to each other. Draw the elbows slightly in front of the shoulders and keep the chest lifted here. This is it. This is your pose. Okay, I would absolutely recommend shutting the eyes down on this one since the head is lifted, looking straight forward. And then a little different from Sphinx pose in some of our other types of yoga classes, we want to relax the body a little bit more here. So keep the chest lifted, but draw your awareness to the lower half of the body. Notice if you are clenching the glutes and the thighs. Maybe let the thighs roll open and out a little bit. Soften the kneecap. And let the feet be still. The toes relax. Belly be soft. Breathing more through the chest so that that heart stays lifted. Notice if you're straining through the face, through the jaw, and the forehead especially. And just soften those areas of the body. We have a few more breaths here. You can stay for about our last minute, or you can bring the hands a little bit wider than the width of your shoulders. Straighten the arms and press all the way up. If you're coming up into this seal pose, I want you to go ahead and re-clench the glutes. So since this is a deeper back bend, it is a little bit more active, but we want to clench the glutes to help protect the lower back. So you'll notice if you start to soften the glutes, that's probably going to put some pressure on the lower back. So we want to keep that nice and safe. If you come up into this and then you're like, no, thank you, Bethany, you can just come right back down. The closer your hands are to the body, the more intense this is going to be. Just a few more breaths. All right, go ahead. Come on down all the way. Bring the elbows out wide and let the forehead rest on the mat or on top of your hands. And just be still here for a few moments. Let the spine come back to neutral. Notice the sensations in the lower back. So we just did 2 poses focusing on that area. So notice what's happening, what you feel, what's coming up for you. Okay, and then from here, we're going to press back to a child's pose. So bring the knees wide as you can, toes together behind you. Press the hips down towards the heels. And then let the upper body come down towards the mat. Arms long out in front of you. So we're going to hold here. So we're lengthening the spine back out. One of my favorite things is to bring a pillow and place it down in front of me or even right between your legs. I'm actually going to grab this one so you guys can see my Merry Christmas pillow. So you can just slide a couch pillow right between your legs and you can just come down and lay on this pillow. Feels so nice. Okay, so get comfortable. I'm gonna fix the microphone here. And you don't have to stretch the arms fully out. You can kind of have them back soften. If you even want to wrap your arms around this pillow, if you have one, you can absolutely do that. If you're using a pillow, you probably have one cheek to the mat. So taking a few breaths and then rotating to the other cheek. breaths here. All right, go ahead and come on up. If you have a pillow or any type of prop, you can set that back aside. And then we're going to come on to our backs. So however you would like to get there, just start to make your way down. These microphones do not make for a comfortable yin practice. Not recommended. Okay, so on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Take a big breath in. And then we're going to let the legs fall to the right. You can come out to your side, shift your gaze left. Options with the legs, you can stack the legs, you can let them fall onto a pillow or block. You can even wrap the legs around each other like a pretzel or like your eagle pose, and then let the knees fall to the side. So whatever feels comfortable for you with the legs. Oh, actually, one thing that might be nice for you guys is a pillow in between your legs. Okay. So just going to do about a minute on each side here. As you're wringing out, twisting here, coming back to what you wanted to release. And really just metaphorically or energetically, just twisting that thing out of your body, out of your system. One more breath on this side. Okay, come back to center, draw the knees in, take a breath. And then exhale, let the legs fall to the left, shift your gaze out to the right. Find a twist here. About 10 breaths. One more. Okay, if you're not asleep, go ahead and hug the knees back in one more time. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then exhale, bring the legs long for Shavasana. Let the arms relax down by your side. So we've been doing about 1 minute Shavasanas. Usually when I'm in person with you guys, we do really long Shavasana for yin. So I've extended your playlist today if you have been using those. And you can let that play for as long as you need. It's pretty much all slow music, so you can loop it. Otherwise, just take a pause here, just a moment longer. Okay, if you're staying, stay. If you're closing with us, we'll meet in a seated posture. From seated, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands down to your heart. Let's take one more breath in. And then a breath out. We bow forward and say namaste. Alright, thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you really enjoyed your yen practice tonight.